Citibank says it's becoming an on-ramp to the Bitcoin and crypto economy. Here's a quote from the CFO. Clients want to be multi-border, multi-asset. It's happening, y'all. Bitcoin adoption, blockchain, crypto adoption is mainstream. We're seeing a lot of stuff happening here. And on this week's video, we're going to be talking about the hottest crypto news, the Stablecoin Act in the House of Representatives and the Senate going to Donald Trump to be signed. We're going to dive in deep into the Base ecosystem, talk about their new rebranding of the Base chain. We'll dive into Algorand news, XRP, and Stellar Lumens. Before we begin, make sure you check out this clip from the CFO of Citi.
Back and you think about Citi and you think about our Treasury and Trade Solutions business. We're in over 90 countries with clients. We have an expansive network that enables our clients to manage their liquidity, manage their payments, manage financings and vendors, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
What clients really want is the ability to be multi-border, multi-asset, and be able to do these things 24/7 all the time.
It sounds like a stable coin.
And our token services business, our Citi token services business, enables our clients to do those things, and we're continuing to invest in that. Where stablecoin comes in is with this Genius Act. I think it creates an opportunity for us to be able to serve people who will be issuing stablecoins and to have an option for those clients that we serve today.
Yeah,
whether it be reserving, whether it be on and off ramping, conversion from coin to cash, those are services we'll be able to provide. So we view that as an opportunity for us. But we feel very good about the competitive advantage we have with our network and with our Citi token service.
What we just heard is that mainstream crypto adoption is the main subject for 2025 and beyond. The United States and this current administration wants crypto to be popping in the United States. The U.S. wants to be the leader, and so do all these institutions like BlackRock, JP Morgan, Citibank, all of the mainstream media, financial platforms. Many years ago, rather last year and the year before, you heard comments from Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan, talking bad about crypto. Larry Fink talking bad about crypto. Now they're all on board and they're launching ETFs, they're launching products, they're launching services related to crypto. Now, let's start with the most important news of the week. House sends bill regulating stablecoins, a type of cryptocurrency, to Trump. That's the title on Yahoo Finance. And what they're talking about is the Genius Act. This is the Genius Act that has benefited Circle's IPO and Coinbase's stock tremendously recently. Here it is. The House has passed 3 bills intended to boost the legitimacy of the cryptocurrency industry with new regulations as President Donald Trump has pushed to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Of the 3 bills, legislation to regulate a type of cryptocurrency called stablecoins has already passed the Senate with broad bipartisan support and will now head to Trump's desk. The other 2 bills, a broader measure to create new market structure for cryptocurrency and a bill to prohibit the Federal Reserve from issuing a new digital currency, which is the CBDC, will go to the Senate. So once the Senate makes a decision, we're going to get 3 bills headed to Trump's desk, and they're all going to be positive for the crypto industry. That is some big bullish news. Now, here's the next one up. Fort Worth becomes first U.S. city to mine Bitcoin. Fort Worth is the first U.S. city to officially mine Bitcoin. That's in Texas. City Hall has now host 3 mining rigs operating nonstop. So that's a rig going making all that noise, generating all that heat, but with the ability to produce Bitcoin. And then they got number 3 listed. The project will run for 6 months as a pilot program. And then underground breaking In a groundbreaking move, Fort Worth, Texas has become the first city in the United States to officially mine Bitcoin. The bold step marks a significant moment in crypto adoption at the local level. So we got a city mining Bitcoin. We already hearing about Bitcoin crypto reserves. We got Bitcoin back above $120,000 at the time of this video. These are all great signs of Bitcoin adoption. We know Coinbase is allowing you to borrow against your Bitcoin for the collateral. That's positive. You got platforms like Moonwell in the Base ecosystem, Aave in the Ethereum ecosystem, where you can borrow against your Bitcoin. Michael Saylor, again, is right. Keep stacking, keep buying. Bitcoin saves the day. We got inflation going up. Prices are skyrocketing on electricity, and everything's happening. And Bitcoin seems to be that risk-on asset that everybody officially wants. But there is another, y'all. There is another by the name of Ethereum. Here it is. Ethereum ETFs set daily record with 726 million in investments as ETH soars. The 9-spot Ethereum ETFs generated more than 700 million in investments on Wednesday, as the price rise to its highest level in months. Let's break this down. Bitcoin as a strategic reserve is a no-brainer now at this point. Families, especially when the dip happens, we get, I don't know, a $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 Bitcoin. It's time to stack for your family. That's the plan over here for the future, right? It could 10x in the next certain amount of years, maybe 2030, 2040, right? That's a nice return. Then we have Ethereum, which is the blockchain, smart contract blockchain that is going to accrue all the value from the stablecoin Genius Act, from RWAs, real world assets, all the stuff that's happening in the business world. That's going to be Ethereum as the first. And there will be more, but Ethereum will be the first after Bitcoin. And then why am I bringing up ETFs? Well, this is why it's important. You got Ethereum on the stock market now, along with Bitcoin. Now you got people like myself or other institutional investors and traders. You can invest in Ethereum without worrying about self-custody, without worrying about, anything about blockchain. You just know, I want the asset, tell my brokerage account, my brokerage people, go buy that for me. And then for the traders, if you want to trade Ethereum in terms of like options or futures, there you go. Now you don't worry about finding a platform that you can trade crypto in the US. You just go run an option play, a deep swing. You run a leap option. You run a shorter term swing trade or even a day trade right there in the NASDAQ on your Robinhood app, on your Schwab app, on your Webull or any of these platforms. They all have ETFs for crypto. So you got, my favorite is the iBit or iShares ETF, which is ETHA is the ticker. Then you got the iBit Bitcoin ETF. Them two are popping. Rising price, record ETF inflows. Is Ether turning the corner? I would say Ether is turning the corner. Bitcoin hits all-time highs. Now Ethereum is waking up, and when Ethereum wakes up, all of the rest of the cryptocurrencies wake up. And that's what we're currently seeing right now. Your favorite coin has probably made a lot of moves price-wise in the last week. Here's some key takeaways from the Investopedia post. The price of the cryptocurrency Ether is up more than 40% this month. On Wednesday, U.S. spot Ether ETFs enjoyed a daily all-time high inflows of 727 million, and more than 2 billion has gone into these financial products since July 4th. Likely reasons for the improved optimism around Ether include the expected passage of the Genius Act, which we got today in the House, in the Senate, and Clarity Act by the House of Representatives in their approval of staked Ether in the spot ETF offerings. They're talking about staking, which is basically a dividend for crypto. And if ETFs can generate revenue by staking. That's more bags for investors, more people buying. And here's the ETF I was just talking about. iShares Ethereum Trust ETF. This is the BlackRock. BlackRock will waive a portion of the sponsor's fee for the first 12 months commencing July 23rd. So this came out last year, remember. Investment objective. The iShares Ethereum ETF Trust seeks to reflect generally the performance of the price of Ether. Ethereum goes up, the ETF goes up. Since this is a spot ETF, which means the fund has to own ETF in proportion. So they're always buying now. They're always buying now. As more people come in, they have to buy more ETH. Why ETH-A? So you get number one, access. ETH-A enables investors to get exposure to Ethereum's native token, Ether, within a traditional brokerage account. I love this. Number two, convenience. ETH-A can help remove operational burdens associated with holding Ether directly, as well as potentially high trading costs and tax reporting complexities. Facts. And then number three, integrated technology. ETH-A is managed by the world's largest asset manager and leverages a multi-year technology integration developed with Coinbase Prime, the world's largest institutional digital asset custodian. BlackRock, Coinbase, you right here in the middle, making your bread, making your money, buying the dip, running the option play, all via the stock market. While the rest of us crypto degens, we got our ledgers, we're using Coinbase, we got our DeFi wallets. It's all happening. And there's a great reaction to all of this, a great post to Ethereum and in L2s in general, which we're going to be diving in to the number one L2 in a moment. So Katie Lee, she says, L2s aren't just scaling Ethereum, they're scaling demand for Ethereum. 50,000 plus ETH bridged to L2s weekly. Every week, 50,000 ETH. ETH equals 35% of L2 lending collateral. Every new wallet equals more ETH to hold, trade, stake. L2s turn ETH into the monetary base of the on-chain economy. Mainnet usage flat doesn't matter. I agree. ETH bridges L2 50K a week. Each bridge equals demand signal. L2s actively scaling ETH demand. And then this is a chart right here talking about all the bridging. So it's like the main Ethereum, which is called mainnet, is just there. People are running nodes. People do use it. Then you got all that ETH being bridged over to the L2s. So you got another layer on top of ETH that allows us to make moves smoothly and easily, which increases the demand because you got to buy ETH. So when you buy it on Coinbase, you send it out to Base or one of the other networks like Arbitrum, Optimism, you're still buying regular ETH, and then it's being converted. So someone's holding the ETH, basically. ETH is becoming DeFi's collateral of choice. On L2s, ETH plus BTC is 60% of all lending collateral. Makes sense, the top two assets. ETH leads because it earns, secures, and settles. Bitcoin leans on Ethereum's rails for programmable finance. And that leads us to our next is Base. Build on Base. About a day or so ago, you had a big live stream with over 1 million people attending to talk about the new rebrand of Base. Base is going from Base to Base Chain. Circle logo is turned into a square logo. A lot of updates have happened. Base is now 10 times faster because of flash blocks. Flash blocks are live on Base, speeding up effective block time from 2 seconds to 200 milliseconds and making it the fastest EVM chain. From click to confirmed in the time it takes to think. Check out this clip from Jesse.
Known as Base is now Base Chain, the Ethereum L2 we've been building in a core part of the superchain. Base Chain's North Star is fast, cheap, secure on-chain transactions at scale in a decentralized network that everyone can access. The chain powers the infrastructure that enables this ecosystem of on-chain apps. And I have some big news. As of today, as of about 2 hours ago, Base Chain is now 10 times faster. With flash blocks, we brought the effective block times on Base from 2 seconds to just 200 milliseconds. And that means that apps on Base are nearly instant. Since the beginning, Brian has held us to this relentless North Star of 1 second, 1 cent. It has to be cheaper than 1 cent, and it has to be faster than 1 second. And today, we finally achieved that goal.
So you got the ecosystem of on-chain apps. We got the Base app, everything coming together for a on-chain economy. The goal is to have billions of people, talking about billions of people on chain. And then us as investors here, we get a lot more opportunity, a lot more inflows, and just it's becoming easier to use crypto, right? A lot easier. Now, here's the Base app. They have the wait list. So make sure y'all join the wait list. It pays to be here, literally. That's what they're talking about. Create, earn, trade, discover apps, and chat with friends all in one place. So the rebranding of the app went from Coinbase Wallet to Base. It's changed in my iPhone right now. One app, everything connected. An app where creativity is rewarded. A place to post, earn, trade, play, and chat with friends. So many apps, you can do different games, different things. You essentially got like a built-in Instagram. You got essentially a built-in Facebook, social media, music players, podcast players, AI tools, DeFi. All of it is in the app, and it's going to have a cleaner user interface, easier to sign in, easier to use. I'm excited for this, to be honest. I'm very excited. Create and earn, get paid when people engage with your content. So content creators, tip culture is here on Base. A new social network, a feed to discover apps, coins, videos, communities, and more. I'm very excited. Trade millions of coins, buy, sell, and trade on-chain assets. Pay anyone, anywhere. So this is Base Pay, where USDC is literally going to take over in payments for crypto. We already see it, again, the Genius Act, Circle being the issuer of USDC, the United States dollar going into the blockchain, the internet currency for payments. Send money in seconds to anyone around the world for free. So eventually Cash App and all those type of platforms, Venmo, they're going to have tough competition when I'm like, hey, just send me some USDC to my wallet. Mama, I need some money. Send me some USDC. What's good, homie? You got that? Send that money. Easy money, right? That's what's happening. Messaging meets money. Send money as instantly and freely as messages, DM, groups, chats, AI agents, all encrypted, private, and secure. Coop says, let's make it big on-chain summer energy. Earn more from your cash. And then like what's happening in this app, you got all the top platforms. Anybody who's been building these apps years ago are about to benefit on the next level. And then us as creators, you might as well use it, earn big, make it happen. Earn more from your cash, 4%. So that's one way, but the on-chain economy, right? Now let's dive into Luke's Youngblood's post about what he's been building. Lunar Labs, his company that built Moonwell and Mammo. Since January, Lunar Labs, the founding team behind Moonwell, has grown to almost 20 and is building at the intersection of AI, stablecoins, and on-chain finance. Yesterday marked a significant milestone as two important features landed. We're just getting started. Mammo. That's crazy. So Mammo is integrated in Moonwell officially. First, Mammo agent is now in the Moonwell app. If you're already using Mammo to lend Bitcoin or USDC, or Moonwell, excuse me, the benefits of using Mammo are significant. You can put your lending on autopilot, always capturing the best rate across Morpholab vaults and Moonwell markets. Then you have Mammo is a non-custodial and has a fully audited smart contract system built by DeFi veterans like me with a combined 30 years experience. And then he just talking about his experience at Bitcoin, staking, he'd been building. And I did an interview with him several months ago. Y'all should go check that out. I should probably chop it up with him again. And then here we go. What most people don't know about our team is that 6 years ago in 2019, I built this product at Coinbase, staking rewards and the gains diving in. Like basically I can handle the billions. We can handle it. And then the most important right here is this right here. I think this is what it is. Yeah. Why did I ask the designers for this feature? Lifetime rewards counts up in real time. So basically it always shows you how much money you made via the app. I love that. We all want to know. It's like, you know, gamified system. And then finally it says more about the team. I'm looking for it. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. This is the most important of this thread right here. In the next several months, you're going to see Mammo features integrated tightly into a new native mobile app. This is Moonwell app on your phone, but it takes time to do it in a thoughtful way that provides real value to those that have used our app for years and love it. So we're seeing Mammo integrated with Moonwell. Moonwell about to be directly on your iPhone in an app form. I think that's very smart. So you got the base app where you can connect everything, and then pretty soon an app directly on your phone, managing finances, borrowing, lending, and trading. It's not just finance, it's your financial familiar. And then again, my most used app is probably obviously Moonwell. I'm always talking about it, but I think y'all should really pay attention to it. Discover USDC anywhere. Right now you can earn on base chain 7.8% on your USDC. XRP is now on Moonwell and base CB XRP. That's Coinbase XRP. So when you buy Coinbase or have XRP on Coinbase, you can send it to the base platform. They custodial the original XRP and give you the Coinbase XRP. You can earn 2% on your Moonwell. So you got the markets page. Here's all the yields. Earn on ETH. Then my favorite page, vaults. You can earn 9%, 10% on USDC on Optimism. Go to Coinbase, withdraw your USDC to the Optimism chain, put it on Moonwell, earn 10%. Make sure you have some Coinbase ETH to run your Optimism. Then you have the rest of these yields here. Obviously, Mammo. You got the Mammo token earning 22%. That's kind of crazy. USDC, 7.8%, and then Coinbase, 0.7%. So Mammo, USDC, and Coinbase. Mammo can manage that for you. I'm impressed. Then staking right now for your whale token, 17.28%. Easy money. We're going to dive in a lot more on DeFi all the time on y'all. And then you have your governance and then your portfolio, your bank accounts, your cards. Everything is right there. This is why this app is powerful. The whale token powers this whole platform. Now, the second most used app for myself in the Base ecosystem is Aerodrome. And they have made the post as well. Base is now 10 times faster with Flash blocks. For Aerodrome, that means real-time transactions, instant finality, better prices more accurately tracking centralized exchanges, greater efficiency and profit for LPs, higher volumes, cleaner user experience. And that's how it was. That's how it is. And then on this platform, you have your dashboard, your swap, your liquidity, your voting, your locking, and your incentivizing. And what is good about this, you have your basic lending pools, USDC Aero, you can earn 35%. That's nice. Wrapped ETH and MS ETH, 10%. So basically 10% on Ethereum. Wrapped ETH and USDC, 13%. And then the list goes on. Then you have your concentrated pools. I've used this as well, but you can earn a lot more. You just have to manage your position in the proper way. Then we have stablecoin pools. Let me go to it. Well, that's everything there, but I know we have some stablecoins. Where my stablecoin pools at? Yeah, here we go. USDT, USDC, 22%. I mean, Come on now. MSUSD and USDC, 16%. I mean, that's almost, 5, 10, 15, 20% on just USDC in general if you know how to use DeFi properly. I ain't mad at that. As we move forward, we're getting into what Algorand has been doing. That's another blockchain that I really like. Here we go. Algorand in June 2025, stablecoin market cap up 49.5%. That's 64, almost 65 million. Smart contracts up 22%. That's the usage. TVL up 18%. RWA TVL up 6%. Algorand Foundation's X account up 6.5, over 2,000 followers. And they said, did we cook? Did we cook? I would say yes, they did. They cooked. Y'all cooked. And then this, I want to put this back on your radar if you haven't seen it. Interoperability is coming to the entire Algorand ecosystem. Folks Finance announced this week that Wormhole, NTT, that's native token transfer, will be available in just 1.5 months for all builders on Algorand. Powered by Wormhole, built by Folks. You have the Wormhole Algorand Folks logos there at the bottom. What does this mean? This means that you can have different tokens. So Algorand can get bridged over to Base, but it'll be native to Base. So it's not going to have all the wrap symbols. It's not going to have a lot of the stuff that you had to deal with in the past. Essentially, these blockchains now are becoming one fluid ecosystem, one fluid system that is allowing us all to do what we have to do. You might have your Base wallet, you might have your Para wallet, and you're going to easily be able to move through these blockchains. You throw an AVAX in there, you throw, SUI in there, you throw a Psi in there, throw a Arbitrum in there. All these things can flow with each other, which gives you opportunities to make some more money within these ecosystems. Algorand is now part of the conversation. This post here is more about the political side. Algorand Foundation joined Blockchain Association. That's this right here, the Blockchain Association. They're out in Washington making stuff happen, talking about laws, putting Algorand and other blockchains that are working with them in the conversation. Jenny Levin, Jenny's here. She's the new chief legal officer of the Algorand Foundation. She has joined the advisory council of the Digital Economy Initiative, who has a similar type of role as the Blockchain Association. So she's on the council, and then Algorand's in the Blockchain Association. And then Luther Mayday, the husband of one and father of two, he has become the CEO of Stablecoin Standard, the global industry body for stablecoins. So all these Algorand-centered people are spreading out into stablecoins, associations, economy boards, and they're helping to push and helping the United States navigate in crypto. Here we go. Along with the passing of the Genius Act in the USA, the future is looking bright for Algorand. And we just got the announcement on the House today. Trump about to be signing. Now, here's an update for governance, period 15. Remember, rewards are only with running a node. This is about funding and growing the ecosystem. Time to say hello to your first ever XGov Council. Elected by the community, these 11 members will serve from August 25 to July 26. So here they are. Simon right here of Cosmic Champs, Patrick of Transaction Labs, Uthro, I believe that's from Valar, right? Yep, Valar Staking. And that's the one I use, Valar. Then we got Gold Plausible, a lot of founders. Michael Chung, I don't know who that is, but let me follow Michael back. And we got Exiled, and that's from CompX. Remember, Algo Gator. Conscious Algo. Shout out to Conscious Algo. Fifth Race, that's Dragon Realms, Gecko. Then you got Paper Algo. That's another project there. And then probably Phishing from Transaction Labs. So we got some people who have a lot of experience in Algorand. They've been around for a while. And I believe also that they'll make educated decisions. As we slowly start to close out from the Algorand news, this one is about Lofty AI. Lofty is growing every day on Algorand. The world's first tokenized real estate exchange have achieved over 3 million transactions per month. That's crazy. 1,000 unique wallets active each month, nearly 250 properties tokenized all time, 1 million in monthly volume, 240K in AMM rewards. That's how many rewards they're putting out. Then they got all the info on the dashboard. Lofty is a proven and long-term usage for blockchain technology for the real world asset sector, real estate investing. And here is the last breaking news for Algorand. We're expanding our partnership with licensed digital asset financial institution, Hex Trust. This is Hex, which already safeguards our digital assets. So that's their custodial provider. Now they're offering secure institutional access to Algorand staking rewards, strengthening the infrastructure of our growing ecosystem. So Hex Trust is offering staking, and that staking is running the node, which I use Valar. You can earn about 5 to 7% given on the day and the time. And as that price goes up, the Algorand price goes up, your staking rewards become bigger and more powerful. That's what I got for y'all on Algorand. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Here we are. We are now going to speak about what's been happening in the Ripple XRP ecosystem. This is some bullish news for the Ripple fans out there, the XRP fans, and I believe XRP just hit an all-time high for the first time. Ripple selects BNY Mellon to custody Ripple USD reserves. So they got a bank they're working with. Today, Ripple, the leading provider of digital asset infrastructure for financial institutions, announced it has selected the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation, a global financial services company, for the primary custody of Ripple RLUSD reserves. So they're putting their reserves with this bank. That's their partner. Ripple and BNY are jointly committed to paving the way for digital asset adoption at institutional scale, and together are bridging the gap between traditional finance and crypto. That's big. So as I talked about, at the beginning, is that institutions like Citi, JP Morgan, BlackRock, BNY Mellon, all of these companies, traditional companies, are working with crypto companies, which is blending TradFi and DeFi together. And that is only making it more bullish for the industry. So kudos to them. Here's another one. Ripple and OpenPaid partner to deliver enterprise-ready stablecoin and payment infrastructure. Everything right now is about stablecoins and Bitcoin and now Ethereum. And obviously, layer 1 blockchains. OpenPaid, a leader provider of financial infrastructure, has announced a strategic partnership with Ripple, the leading provider of digital infrastructure for financial institutions, bringing together two infrastructure leaders with deep expertise across blockchain and traditional finance to deliver compliant, efficient, and scalable payment solutions for enterprise clients. Ripple is definitely leading the charge for working with these companies international and for like foreign exchange and everything that has to do with that. Bullish news again for stablecoin infrastructure with these companies. So through the partnership, OpenPaid's global fiat infrastructure, including real-time payment rails, multi-currency accounts, and virtual IBANs, will support Ripple payments into euros and Great British pounds. Ripple's cross-border payment solution, Ripple Payments, employs blockchain and digital assets and a global payment network of payment partners to deliver fast, transparent, reliable cross-border payments and on and off ramps for banks, crypto companies, and fintechs worldwide. That was a lot to say, but they're like, we're moving in, and pretty soon, every company is going to have some type of digital strategy, crypto type of payment infrastructure that's going to be available. Back in the day, you paid with cash. Then the credit cards came, the debit cards came. Blockchain is here now. It's becoming normalized. And then the last thing that I got for Ripple here, stablecoin remittances, efficiency, costs, and other benefits. And this is what I do like what Ripple does is that they're educating companies. They're always putting out some type of read or article, meeting with companies to teach you about stable coins, to teach you about working with blockchain companies. And obviously they want to put themselves in the middle. Stable coins versus traditional remittances, payment infrastructure. It's all about payment infrastructure. But here's the comparisons. Traditional, days to settle. Stable coins, near instant, 24/7, 365. The cost is 6.4% plus foreign exchange fees. Here we got lower fees, no foreign exchange markups. Transparency is limited tracking. Transparency here on the blockchain, fully traceable, verifiable. The accessibility, digital first, no banks. Reliability, on-chain settlement, fewer errors. I agree with all this. It makes sense to me. Speed, availability, lower transaction fees, financial inclusion, transparency, security, stability in volatile economies, real world examples right there. And they got the thing going with Argentina and Mexico and Middle East and all those different areas. XRP Army, are you satisfied, or rather, are you entertained? And finally, we'll end with this. Ripple says, we're honored to be named one of CNBC's world's top fintech companies for the third year in a row. They're grateful for that recognition. They are being recognized, y'all. Let me know what you think about XRP. And the final blockchain news I want to give y'all, this is about Stellar Lumens. They said the Genius Act has just passed. Crypto in the U.S. just got its clearest win yet, thanks to years of work from the voices that never gave up. Stable coins are officially on the map. History made, let's build. Watch this.
The crypto industry getting a major legislative win after the Senate passed the Genius Act.
We always talk about the fact that we were doing stablecoins before it was a term.
The move comes as retail giants like Amazon and Walmart have reportedly been considering their own stablecoins.
Stablecoins, which have been a big focus for this committee, have become an incredible tool for enhancing payments across the globe.
The point is we have to stop talking about blockchain and crypto and show what it can do.
I think regulation is going to be more favorable in the U.S.
The way that we get there is, again, focusing on simplicity and ease of use and the why.
This is what we've been doing for a long time, but honestly, it hasn't been that sexy when all the trading use cases and all that were going on. But now let's focus on the real utility. That's how we win this.
Basically, they over there like, hey, we've been at this for a while, y'all. We have been at this for a while, and we're all happy it's happening. I'm happy it's happening. Stellar is a great platform for payments in USDC infrastructure. Moving forward, they go, excited to announce that Stellar on and off ramps are now live on Slash App. This is Slash App, business banking for internet entrepreneurs. Unlimited virtual cards. Smart move. Now with the Slash business banking platform, you can pay contractors and vendors in USDC. I love that. Accept USDC from your customers. Enjoy automatic USDC conversions. No exchange account required. What's so cool about the USDC, again, if you're receiving or sending, it's 24/7, 365, easy settlement. But once you get it, you can basically move it between any blockchain that you want. So if you have a specific DeFi platform that you want to use to go earn 4, 5, 6, 10, 20%, you can go do that after you get paid. Then stack that bread up, stack that money up, stack those rewards up, and move it back to do whatever you need to do. That's where the power comes in when you're talking about stable coins. This one's very interesting. So we're going to play this for you. Greater reach means greater opportunity for small and medium-sized business owners in Burrell, Senior Director at PayPal, on what makes PayYUSD on Stellar so exciting. Check it out.
So hi, I'm Ian Burrell, and I'm a Senior Director for PayPal. I manage PayPal's crypto engineering team. PYUSD is a stable coin. It is backed by the US dollar. 1 PYUSD is $1. 20 PYUSD is $20. All of your funds are kept in a bankruptcy remote account, which means all of your money is safe and secure. So what is exciting about PYUSD coming to Stellar is that Stellar is a fast, low-cost network, and it extends PYUSD's reach to 180 plus countries. When you look at traditional finance, it can take days and cost up to hundreds of dollars when you want to be sending money internationally. When you look at small businesses and medium businesses, they have razor-thin margins and a lot of challenges with their supply chain. By enabling merchants to use PYUSD on Stellar, they are able to send money in near real time, allowing for more efficient management of capital. Just really excited to see PYUSD go live on Stellar.
Another company using stablecoins, blockchain technology, and partnering with the top layer ones in crypto. We're going to see so much more of this that y'all going to be overwhelmed. And even myself, I'm going to be like, I should have purchased more. And here's another big update from Stellar. This is them basically expanding their team. Stellar Development Foundation is welcoming Jason Karsh as the new Chief Marketing Officer. From Coinbase to blockchain.com to the block, he's built category-defying brands. So he's deep in the game, Coinbase, blockchain.com, and the block. Now he's here to do what he does best, break the mold and scale what matters. So here is Jason, the new CMO. CMOs are very important for crypto. Jason, the community has faith in you. And as we start to close out Stellar, they have another announcement. Today, Stellar, let me get that going. Today, Stellar, Jose Fernandez de Ponte joins Stellar Development Foundation as President and Chief Growth Officer to accelerate what's already working and to take it further, bringing fintech leadership experience from PayPal, Banco, Bilbao, and all these different names I can't really say, McKinsey for sure. Jose will focus on strategy, partnerships, and growth. Basically, they got a Spanish-speaking, South American, European here as a president, chief growth officer with a lot of experience. New CMO, new growth officer, probably working together to blow the whole thing up. As we close out on Stellar, this one is more cross-chain ecosystem. Welcome to the Stellar ecosystem, Thor Wallet. Big news. Thor Wallet now fully supports Stellar Lumens, send, receive, hold, and swap XLM natively in a secure and mobile-first DeFi app with multi-signature and institutional-grade security. If you are a Thor Wallet fan, which I used Thor before, Stellar is now there. Swap, earn, and manage Stellar assets with Thor Wallet. That's what I got for y'all about Stellar. Let me know what you think. And here, last week, I asked y'all a question. Bitcoin makes a new all-time high of 118,000 plus. Question, which crypto is next to make a new all-time high? The votes were in, over 162 votes. The people, 59% said ALGO. Then they went to HBAR at 19%, ETH at 14%, and the Solana at 9%. So the audience was like, ALGO, 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 ALGO. But we want HBAR too. That's what we got for y'all last week. Thank y'all for participating and everybody who made a comment. I got 2 polls for y'all this week as well. First one, in my opinion, DeFi is the most exciting part of crypto. Which blockchain has the best DeFi ecosystem? Here's your options: ALGO, Base, Cardano, and Ethereum. Consider USDC, consider their native tokens, consider yields, ease of use, wallets, and everything when y'all making this vote and leaving comments. And as we slowly start to close out, my final poll for y'all, be sure to vote. Crypto is finally pumping. Which crypto deserves to become a ETF? Avalanche, Hedera, Solana, or Ripple? We got Bitcoin, we got Ethereum. Which of these four do you think is next? All right, y'all, a very, very explosive week for crypto. Citibank, BlackRock, BYN Mellon, all of these companies are tapping into crypto in ways we have never, ever seen before. Crypto is officially mainstream in the United States. We got the Genius Act passing the House and the Senate, heading to President Trump's desk for that Senate signature to send it into law. Very powerful stuff here. We broke down the base chains rebrand, the base app, everything that's happening in the on-chain economy. We talked about the best and brightest news happening in Algorand, XRP, and the Stellar ecosystem. Make sure y'all leave any comments, questions, ideas below. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Passive income. Gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals. Told my girl it was simple.